Okay, this should be far enough. Sorry for making you walk all this way. I am Natlan's current leader and Pyro Archon Mavuika. Lord Xbalanque, I said I was inviting you for a chat, but to be perfectly honest, this is also my first time doing something like this, so I don't even know where to begin.
Oh?
Oh no, he doesn't sound too impressed.
You mean you've never hosted a long dead guy on his first trip home before? No worries, it's a first for me too.
I didn't realize you also had a sense of humor.
Wait, really? Hang on, I think I just realized something. You're telling me that neither you nor your companions know that I, Xbalanque, was totally hilarious?
All the woven scrolls regarding your life depict you as a wise and upright person. According to legends, you also use the Divine Throne to negotiate with the Ruler of Death, establishing the set of rules unique to Natlan. As for your sense of humor, no sources have ever touched upon it. Maybe it's better to say that we know even less about you than we expected.
I see. In that case, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am the first Pyro Archon, Xbalanque. You may call me dear beloved son, or just Lanque for short.
Wow, talk about being overly familiar.
And these two are?
Allow me to introduce the Traveler and Paimon. They're important friends of Natlan and our companions. Great heroes who helped us defeat the Abyss for good.
Ah, I see. I was about to say, why did a child follow us all the way here? Though you could say the same for me. And judging by your expression, that's exactly what you're saying. And there's where you'd be wrong. This body belongs to a child of present-day Natlan. I'm only possessing it temporarily.
I see. Your physical body couldn't be revived, so you had to borrow someone else's. But what about the original owner? Is he, okay?
No need to worry. My existence has not affected this child in any way. This body's original occupant is currently experiencing a fantastic dream. I have my own plans, and as for my reasoning, you'll find out soon enough. Alas, this borrowed body is a bit lacking when it comes to exercise, and hasn't really trained any aspect. I tried my best at the tournament, but could only get so far given my physical limitations.
Oh, that explains why you couldn't make a deep run. You're not used to this body, are you?
I wish that was the only problem. I'm simply unable to do a lot of larger movements. Oh, and my usual climbing and jumping motions aren't exactly suited for him either. Also, you've got to be twice as careful in a borrowed body. If I pushed him too hard and got him hurt, I'd be no better than a criminal. I could never do anything like that.
Indeed. Still, the great shaman Citlali learned about your impending resurrection from the Wayup, but we still don't know why you've returned.
Oh, is it time to get serious then? All right, serious mode activated. Ahem. In any case, you've already touched on the topic. I did indeed strike a deal with the Ruler of Death. She once asked me why I prayed for her power as a mere mortal, and why I yearned to save a nation in peril. I convinced her with the promise of perpetual existence and the everlasting flame of life. So, she shared her strength with me, and allowed Natlan to operate under brand new rules. I told her that the plan would be a grand, long-term one in which victory would not come for some time, certainly not within a mortal lifespan. Still, I knew that someone else would bring it home. She assented to my request, and became an observer of our tale. Seeing her interest, I also asked that I, as the one who laid the foundation, be granted an opportunity to see the new world with my own eyes, if we actually did manage to triumph in the far future.
So your return is a special favor granted by the Ruler of Death.
More like a bet I made with her. Even gods have things that pique their interest. I bet correctly on the outcome of this war, so this trip is my reward.
How do you feel about the Natlan of today? Does it meet your expectations?
Oh, I like it a lot. Could you tell me more, by the way? I'd love to know how you managed to win the war.
As you know, ours was an exceedingly grand, long-term plan. I'll skip over the most ancient parts and start with what I know. The battle from 500 years ago. The disaster struck suddenly, and Natlan was engulfed in darkness. Our land and faith were both shattered, and everyone believed that our nation's end was nigh. But even when thrust into battle against the abyss, fate, and the passage of time, our heroes did not give up hope of victory. We each shouldered our heavy duty using the power that you left behind. All the Pyro Archons in the last 500 years have devoted their lives to banishing the abyss, rebuilding our tribes and faith, and uniting the people as one. As for me, I decided to head 500 years into the future, that is, the present, so I might finally bring together our people's resolve, which has stood firm for thousands of years, and fight for our final victory. Of course, I had prepared for the worst. That I would awaken to naught but monsters, corpses, and ruins where our nation once stood. Had that happened, there would have only been one thing left for me to do. Fulfill my final duty as a warrior, and then witness the end of the world helplessly. Still, the outcome proved that our faith was not misplaced. This victory, and the miracle that it created, is the greatest reward for all who gave everything to protect our realm.
Yeah. Had anything gone wrong, whether in the past or in the now?
I have always believed you to be shrewd. Surely, such a quality was needed to bargain with the ruler of death, and win so much for us in the process. Natlan was only able to overcome this crisis with your help.
All these millennia later, and the people of Natlan have finally achieved victory over fate. If future generations will call me the one who created the rules and initiated the plan, then you are the one who inherited those rules. The final executor of the plan. The one who created a miracle. Beginnings and endings. Creation and change. Mavuika, you truly are a remarkable leader. It is my honor to have met you.
Please, you're too modest. Rather, it's our honor to welcome you back to this world.
Ah, and that's the perfect segue to something that you should know. You see, you don't have to worry too much about my second life, since I'll only be here for a single day. Like, from sunrise to sunset.
A single day?
What?
That's why I said you won't have to worry too much about the boy this body actually belongs to. I'll be long gone by this time tomorrow. Besides, no one ever said I was actually going to return and stick around for years and years, right? This is just a short little outing back home, so I can see some of my compatriots again. Still, I've got to say, it has not been an easy trip. After being resurrected, I woke up in the home of a normal boy and wanted to take a quick dip to relax, only to have my trouser legs snagged by a fishing line that came out of nowhere. And once I finally made it to shore, I decided to take a stroll and see the sights, only to step into a trap along the way. Beats me who'd put a trap out there, and there wasn't even anybody around to check it. Thankfully, the bottom was pretty soft, so I lay down and took a nap before getting up to continue on my merry way.
This is so embarrassing.
After countless trials and tribulations, I finally managed to sign up for the tournament. But then, I ran into a girl who claimed to be a fitness coach. She insisted that my muscles weren't up to snuff, and made me do twice as many warm-up exercises as everyone else. Oof, You guys in the future sure have it rough.
Well then, what's next for you?
Oh, what a great question. I was just about to get to that. You're a pretty considerate gal. So, I do have a small wish that I haven't been able to fulfill. I managed to participate in the pilgrimage, but alas, my potential is restricted by this form. It sure would be nice if I could show everyone what I can actually do.
Why is he stealing glances at us like that?
Well, now that I've said it, care to help an old man out, hero? Ahem. See, I was also quite the formidable warrior in my time. Surely a match for Mavuika. I mean, I was the first Pyro Archon after all. I could shake the cliffs with a single punch, scale mountains with a single leap.
Very formidable indeed. So, you'd like to spar with me?
Yes.
Using your current body? Will he be able to handle it?
Don't worry. I'll find a suitable location for our duel, and a way to keep this body safe. The first sun. The ardent sun. This star is a flame, burning with a passion that will consume all. From the moment I first saw you, I knew you to be a true warrior, just like me. Surely you shall not refuse me this battle, O inheritor of my ancient name, the Burning Sun, Kiongozi Mavuika.
I accept.
Brilliant. In that case, let us free ourselves from mortal shape. Let the ancient souls guide you to the true arena of duels.